All right, and just like that, we are in session number 2. Session number 2 has begun. So I hope you're all ready to do some revision this Sunday. I hope my audio is working because last week when I started, the first minute there wasn't any audio. I muted myself. So just tell me if you're hearing me. Type loud and clear. Type yes, so you're hearing your thing in the chat. Let me know that we're here. Let me know that you're hearing me. Right now, I rock back in a special world here. Let's see the world I'm in. Let's see. And we're going to start real shortly. We're not going to have a as long an intro. We'll start in probably 1 minute. Remember to be sweet like, or you could give me something to finish this simile here. Sweet like something in this class, so you can always help students. If you see a question that you can answer, feel free to answer. Don't be spamming over and over. I don't want to have you blocked from my YouTube channel. So, honey, sweet like honey, they say. Like, share, and subscribe, and share. Like, share, and subscribe. Normally we say, I think we say share first, and what do we normally say first? Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe sounds better. So make sure you have done at least 2 of these things. And if you need me for anything else, you want to sign up to classes, you want to find out anything, you can reach out to our admins, 868. That's the area code for Trinidad. But the number is 472-4221. That's one of the main numbers for the Student Hub. And just like that, we have finished the intro and we are about to begin. So I need everybody to press like on the video. And let's go one time. So this is session number 2. This is sample paper number 2. If you want the samples before, as I said, you WhatsApp the number and we'll see if we can get you in the class. 472-4221, right? State the value of the underlying digits. We'll do some shout outs. Hi Keshav, we'll do some shout outs later on, right? So this is in the 10th column. So what's the answer? Not tens, 10th column. So I think 3/10 is a good answer. Or 0.3. You're not putting answers today? All in an answer putting mood today, or what are the answers, boy? Let me try this again. Use the digits 2, 3, and 7. Create the smallest number divisible by 6. If a number is divisible by 6, it has to end in an even number. It has to end in I've never seen a number that's divisible by 6. Or you're not seeing my screen. So this is last week I forget the audio, this week I forget the screen. What will happen next week, boy? I was so excited to do my little Minecraft world thing here. All right, let's see my screen now. Screen now. So I'll miss the first one. That's why I didn't put the answer. Okay. My bad. Let me just make sure I could see everything. Take 2. State the value of the underlying digit in the number below. And that was the 3 over there. You seen it? You seen it now? And by the way, if it's blurry, y'all could tell them what to do if it's blurry, right? You hit the gearbox and you increase the resolution. So this is 3/10 or 0.3. And for number 2, using the digits 2, 3, and 7, create the smallest number divisible by 6. The smallest number divisible by 6. And I was saying before when I didn't realize that I didn't have any screen, I was saying that the number must end in 2. I've never seen a number that's divisible by 6 ending in an odd number. So that helps me to just know that 2 has to be the last number. And I want to make the smallest number, so let's put 3 and then 7. Now, I still need to double check that 6 can go into 3, 7, 2. Let's double check. But I'm seeing that everybody in the chat has the answer now. 6 into 37 is what? 6. 6 is that 36. 1. 6 into 12 is 2. It works. It works. Let's just get this 2 a little closer to the 7 so it looks like it belongs. And we go in. I feel any pace now. I feeling it now. Round 9, 2, 4, 8, 7 to the nearest 100. Easy things. 9, 2. This is the 100 column. So I would look right next to the 100 column at that 10 column. I'm watching you, Mr. 10's column. It's more than 5. It's more than 5. Guys, if it's blurry, it's not blurry on my side. You need to go and switch the settings on your YouTube right there on the video. You don't need to go far. You can look for the gearbox icon and increase what we call the resolution. All right, so we're going to add 1 to this because it's more than 5. We know about rounding off numbers to place values. So 92500 looks really beautiful for us. That's number 3 done. Just like that, 3 questions done. Nickel. I know of a nickel. Nickel gives 2/3 of his mangoes to Keshav. Keshav got 6 mangoes. How many mangoes did Nickel have initially? This is a very popular question where a fraction represents. I like to use this double arrow thing for represents. So I could feel free to steal it from me. Not steal it. I'm giving it to you. You're not stealing it, right? 2/3 represents 6 mangoes. And if you need to find the whole now, how many mangoes did Nickel have initially? That's the whole. The whole is found by multiplying the quantity, the 6, by the reciprocal of that fraction that we had there. So 3/2 is the reciprocal. We invert it, right? 2 can go into 6, 2 can go into 6 3 times, and 3 times 3 is 9. Nickel initially had 9 mangoes, and we move on with our life. We are about to enter mango season, and I just want to put it out there to the students and parents listening that I am a big fan of starch mango. So seeing as this lesson is free, I mean, if you want to, meet me up sometime and make the payment in starch mangoes, I will not say no. Don't try to kidnap me or anything. Arrange the following decimal fractions in descending order. So you want to go in descending order. It's decimals. And I think this is easy for you all. I think I could just do this. Oh, no. I made a mistake. You see that 75 there, that time up with this, but the 0.9 is actually bigger. 0.75, then 0.33, then 0.21. So I think that is it. Yeah, everybody have that. Are they working real fast, boy? Are they working real fast? Are they warm up? And then express 4/12 as a percentage. To express a fraction as a percentage, you multiply by 100/1. We know the 12s family. We know about, maybe we do, maybe we don't. But here's what we'll do. I have a plan. I have a plan, ladies and gentlemen. 4 can go into 4 1 time, and 4 can go into 12 3 times. So I just got rid of, it's just one number. It's just 100/3. And we know the thirds family. Maybe sometime I'll stop and show you all the fractions family that you should know. And 1/3, or 3 can go into 100, 33.3. And the 3 is recurring, so I can put a dash over that. Because I want it to look like a percentage. I don't want to write 33 and a 2. I don't really feel that a mixed number is the best thing to use here. Although I would still give you it correct. I think you should put 33.3 and show that the 3 is recurring, because you're writing it as strictly a percentage, and then put your percentage symbol there. Okay, let's move forward. Where's the next question? Where is the next question? Number 7. Do you see number 7? There it is. Shade on the diagram below. The number of parts. So I think I'm good to shade. Stop. First, let me just see what 75% is as a fraction. 75% as a fraction is what, guys? 75%, I see that show that's the next family. That's the quarters family. The quarters family. I know about the quarters family. I know about the quarters family. This is the head of the quarters family. All right, the quarters family: quarter, 2/4, 3/4, 4 quarters. So it's 25%, 50%, 75%, which we are interested in right now, and well, the whole 100%. And if it's a decimal, it'll be 0.25, 0.5, 0.751. Yeah, but we're really interested in this 3/4 because it kind of instructs me that I should really do 3/4 of the shape. So I'm not even too interested to count what's going on, because I just know how 3/4 looks like, ladies and gentlemen. Let me show you earlier. I've been doing 3/4 a long time. I know 3/4 look like. It looks like this. That's not this. That is how 3/4 look like. And or we could say 3/4 of how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 by 2, 16. 16 parts, 3/4 of 16 parts, point to 16. 4, 4 3s are 12. So I know I must shade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 pieces of this, and let's move on. Fill in the blanks. 6 times something plus something equals 376. Is this distributive law? I don't think so. It don't feel too distributive. Oh my gosh, I just realized we have 500 people in the chat. We have 500 people here. That I'm seeing correctly. I don't know how much we have on Facebook, but I'm seeing 500. I don't know what it is. I decided to live stream this on Facebook as well. So shout out to the people who are watching on Facebook. But everybody know the real party is happening on YouTube. 6 times something plus 1, 2, 4. So 6 times something give us plus 1, 2, 4. 6 times something plus 1, 2, 4, 124 give us 376. So I think I'll take this. I'll try to do this question piece by piece. There's no plan on it. I think it's a suitable plan. I want to try to do this question part by part. This paper is fighting me. Don't fight me, people. So what I want to do is say the 376 and subtract the 124. 4 from 6 is 2, 2 from 7 is 5, 1 from 3 is 2. So I get 252. So in other words, I'm kind of reversing what happened. I added on 124 to something, and I got 376. So let's get rid of the 124. What's next? 6 times something gives me 252. So the reverse of, if I do the opposite, the inverse of multiplication, that operation is division. So I think my best option here would be to say 252 divided by 6. 6 is going to 25 a number of times. 4 times 6 4s are 24. So let's just put a 4, bring across the 1. 6 going to 12 2 times. So I'm getting the beautiful number 42, which a lot of you all agreed with me is the answer. And then we have a nice addition to do. I think some of you all got a sneak peek of this one, because you're all sneaking in answers there. 98.23. What is the answer, ladies and gentlemen? 3 and 7 is 10. Bring across the 1. 6 and 3 is 9. Somebody just tell me something. If it's blurry, you had to go on advanced quality and put it on 1080. Well, they're writing in Trini, but they are they are correct. All right, so we have real people with, hey, you forget a decimal point, Renaya Walker. My God's child, Angelo. Hey, some people making mistakes in this one. Are you realizing some people making some mistakes, right? So 5 and 8 is 13. 3 goes here. The 1 goes over there. My 3 ain't looking too respectable. 3 on YouTube, yeah. And 1 goes here, and 10 and 14. 1 4 4 4 3 4 4. You can double check this for me. 443.90. I see some of you all in get a 0 at I'll get the 0. No love, boy. If you leave out that 0 and getting it wrong, but oh gosh, I feel in to get the 0. I'll love today. All right, let's see if we have a next side of this. Number 10. We are already at number 10. Today we are moving faster than last week. Marissa wants to use her mom's recipe to make cookies. 1 batch requires, I need to read this question carefully, these fractions question. 1 batch requires 2/3 cup of flour. If Marissa wants to make 5 batches, 5 batches would be 5 times 2/3, which will be, how much flour does she need? Did they say I have to put it as a fraction or anything? I can just leave it as an 5 by 2 is 10 over 3. That's the answer, 10 over 3. Improper fractions are good, is good thing, like good thing. But I find SCA standard 5 level, we really discriminate against improper fractions. So you are told to don't leave your answers as improper fraction. Do you know when you reach in CXC level at maths and thing, we can tell you improper fractions is good thing, just leave it like that. You could just leave it like this, but not for now. For now, show them like a change it to a mixed number. So 3 could go into 10 3 times remainder, 1 the remainder goes over the divisor. So 3 and 1/3 is the best looking answer I find. I think that's the best looking answer. Arrange the values below in ascending order. Well, this is a popular style of question. Normally they give you a fraction, a percentage, and a decimal. This time they give us 2 fractions and a decimal. So we need to express this guy, which we saw already, as a fraction, 3/4, so that we can see all these fractions together. Oh gosh, we still have problems here. What is the problem we have here, boy? When we compare in fractions, this topic is called equivalent fractions. There are 622 viewers in total. That is amazing. When we are comparing fractions, ladies and gentlemen, we need to put on our work here on the denominators. The denominators are these numbers. We need to go and put on our work on them numbers there, boy. Because I think our job is to try and make them the same. They are different denominators. So, again, do the LCM. I find the reason I'm pausing is I find this way is the longer way, boy. For 1 mark, it's feeling like 2 marks our work are doing here. There's probably a shorter way. So I'll come back to this shorter way just now, but like we don't commit to the long way, but this guy is going to walk into the shorter way just now, right? So the LCM of 3, 8, and 4 is 24. 8 can go into 24. 3 times 3 can go into 24. 8 times 4 can go into 24 6 times. So we're going to put 24 here. This is such a long way. Yawn. 4 into 24 is 6 3s are 18. You all know how to do this? You kind of go down and then come up with the answer. 8 can go into 24. 3 times 3 3s are 9. And I could have watched this and figure this out, man, all this weekend. It's feeling like such extra stuff. 3 can go into 24. 8 2s are 16. So who is the biggest, boy? What we want? Ascending order. Ascending order means you're coming down the hill, right? Coming down the hill. The biggest guy here is the 0.75. So arrange the values. So let's put it back how we have it, 0.75. Then 2/3. I mean, we could have do this in a split second. We could have just watched this and figure this out. And 3/8. The shorter way may have been to watch it and know that this is a member of the 8 family. Do you know what? We're really talking about fractions family today, boy. Today is a day of family. Today is the family day in the Sunday revision session. Let's go talk about the 8 families. The 8 family is one of the most useful family to know about. The 8 family. The 8 family is one of the most useful fractions family to know about. 1/8, 2/8. Do you know about this? Rate out of 10 how much you understand the 8 family. Do you have all of them memorized? Hey, I did 6 trying to sneak in there, boy. 6 out of 8, 7 out of 8. And of course, 8 out of 8 is just 100%. Right? Let's just study it as a percentage. Now, what's 1/8 as a percent? 1/8 as a percent. They said ascending. What did I say? Ascending. Did I say ascending is from smallest to? Oh, ascending order. My bad. I'm talking too fast. So ascending order, we're supposed to be going up the mountain. I said ascending and I went down. I think that's the first time I ever say that in my life. I am so disappointed. So ascending, you go up. Ascend. Ascending, you go up. I actually would be interested to watch back this stream to see like what I was thinking when I said that, like what made me say that. All right, so ascending order, we'll need to put the smallest first. We'll put 3/8, then we'll put 2/3, then we'll put 0.75. But yes, we are studying the 8th family. So the 8th family, 1/8. What is 1/8? Somebody tell me what is 1/8. 1/8 as a percentage is 12.5%. And this is something you should know. Two-eighths as a percentage is, well, that's a quarter. 2/8 is really secretly, it's a quarter, right? And 4/8 is secretly 2/4 or a half, eh? Secretly. In fact, not so secretly. So 2/8 as a percentage is 25%. 3/8 is what percent? 3/8 is, so if we were doing decimals, 0.125, 0.25, yes. Okay, you can put 250, 0.25, and 0.375 is 100% correct. 37.5%. 0.5 is a half, or 0.500, but we don't really care about them, the zeros. And this is just 50%. So we're going good so far. What is 5/8 then? What is 5/8? I'll lose 6/8. 6/8 is really 3/4. 6/8 is really 3/4, right? So this is 0.75, 75%. I'm waiting on you all for the 5/8, and I did 8/8 already. So it's like you always add in 125, and if I add 125 to 5, I'll get 0.625. So this is 62.5%. I think we kind of got everything there. Oh no, we're missing out this one. We're missing out this one. What goes there? 7/8. That's the one just before you go to the whole. And you should know it off. And congratulations to everybody who know these things by heart. 1.25 less than a whole. So that's yes, 87.5% is right on track, or 0.875. And this entire table is something that you should just have mentally stored in your mind before the exams in a piece. Right? Okay, let's go. Number 11. Number 12. Represent the time shown on the digital. Represent the time shown on the digital clock using the analog clock. Well, this is the digital clock. I know that because they write digital clock above it. And this is the analog clock. So you all can't really draw anything. So this is up to me now, right? So 6, that means it's past 6. It's like about 3/4 of an hour past 6. So I don't want to put it exactly on 6, the hour hand. I'll put it a little past 6 like this. Actually closest to 7, but do not make the mistake and put it on 7 or past 7, right? Right? So what y'all think about my hour hand? My hour hand looking good there? I had to double check these things because I make a mistake just now. And 47. Now, as I always say in the chat, SCA will stick to 5-minute margin. So they will give you like 6:45 or 6:50. They don't really, them ain't going on, 6:47. But just to show that we're professionals out there, like we do this 6:47, right? So I want to make it red as well. Now make sure this hand looks longer. It doesn't point to 45. So you'll have to point to 46, 47. You understand that that's what that is in minutes? You know how to do your clock business? You know how to do that? 2 minutes after the 9. Yeah, two divisions after the 9. Very nice, very nice, very nice. A rectangular swimming pool has an area of 248 square meters. If the chat is distracting you, as we get more people like 600, 700, the chat will be just moving, right? So if the chat is this like distracting you, Nikhil, I'm seeing that you can always just mute the chat and focus on the class. But if you want to be in the chat and talk to people and think, feel free. But if you do naughtiness in the chat, I will have to block you from chatting. Okay, a rectangular swimming pool has an area of 248 square meters. So the whole area is 248 and a width of 16. What is the length of the swimming pool? I'm also, students who watch this in the future, you all could get this in SCA. I don't think you're gonna get a question like this in SCA unless they give you a little more instruction. You need to find the missing thing, the length. 248 divided by 16, because remember the length by the width is equal to the area. So if we want to find a missing dimension, we're going to use the opposite. We're going to use division. And the class is telling me that it's going to be 15.5. So how them know that, boy? Are they sure, boy? I need to verify. 4 can go into this 4 times. 4 can go into this 62 times. Yeah? 2 can go into this 2 times. 2 can go into this 31 times. 31 divided by 2 is 15.5, 15 and a half. What? Professionals. Or 15 remainder 2. 15 remainder 1. And the 1 go over the 2. 15 remainder 1. So 15 and a half, 15.5. Yes. Very good. Just like that, we finished 13 questions. I'm going to swing all the way across and get number 14. Which unit may best measure the distance from your house to the park? Hi, Kai, sister. Which unit is the best? How are we going to measure the house, your house to the park? The park is way down the street. How far is the savannah from your house? How far is the park from your house? Park is really far. You know what? This question is vague. So if the student say meters, it's not bad. It's not bad. Where I used to live, the savannah was about 200 meters from my house. Where I live now, the nearest park is maybe about 3 kilometers from my house. So kilometers is okay. I think most people will choose kilometers. That's the best. But meters could pass as well. Don't use centimeters because nobody have time to use their ruler and go and measure each centimeter to the park. That's not making any sense. Write the name of this solid below which has a uniform cross-section. Do you know what uniform cross-section means? Uniform cross-section means it looks the same. Well, this cone, if I cut, the cross-section looks the same, right? The uniform, like how everybody in the school looks the same because you're wearing on a uniform. Well, this is looking kind of uniform, because all of the cross-sections, you have to imagine, do you know what you have to do when you're imagining a cross-section? Imagine a giant knife is just coming and it's going to cut the shape clean, perpendicular to the length of the shape. I just cut it off there. So it makes circles. So that's kind of cool, but the problem with a cone is that the circles get smaller. This one, the triangles get smaller. So the only one where we have a uniform cross section, if we cut this section like this, uniform cross section is a cylinder. And there's a special word for a solid with a uniform cross section. Who knows the word? Who knows the word? It starts with P. So cylinder goes here. This is actually a pyramid, a triangular base pyramid. A cone is a special type of pyramid that has a base of a circle. It's called a cone. So the word for objects with uniform cross-section is prism. And if you have a brother or sister in CXC, they have to know this word as well. So name the solid which can be formed using all the faces below. Oh, I love this one. This is a put together the missing pieces. Can you put together the missing pieces? These two, I feel like I put these two on the end, like this. And all these rectangles look the same. So I already know what type of solid I'm going to do. You understand? You understand? Let's say my rectangles were yellow. So I'll give my rectangles a little yellow paint, and I'll give the triangles a little green paint to identify them, right? Like the green paint there. Well, the rectangle is going to go here, like this. That makes sense to everybody? So there's a rectangle facing this way. There's one on the next side over there, and there's the base rectangle there. That shape is also a shape with a, imagine the big knife earlier. Imagine the big knife coming to cut this. Imagine any knife, it will cut it like this, and you'll always get a triangle, no matter where you cut it, along the length of the shape. And the triangle will be the same size. So that's a prism. So the name of this is a triangular prism. Now, some people say triangular base prism. The base of this is a rectangle, so you might even want to say that. You just need to say triangular prism, and everybody will be happy with you. I'm happy with you, you happy with you, and your marks will be happy with you. Triangular prism. Let's go on to number 17. State the number of lines of symmetry in the shape below. They mess up the shape, man. It only have one line of symmetry in the shape. Or let's see any other line of symmetry. One. Because they go on and put a little edgy things on the shape. Hold on, I think somebody might need to get blocked. Yeah, one. Okay, everybody's good. So Abrielle was facing the sunset. She made a half turn in an anti-clockwise direction and then 6/4 turns in a clockwise direction. Wait, I need to read that again. This last shape, if they didn't put the edge like that, if they just kept it like this, I'd be able to get a next line of symmetry there, you know, but they're smart, they cut that edge out there, so you can't get a line of symmetry there. To make a line of symmetry, it has to be able to fold without any overlapping pieces. If I fold it with that edge, this piece will end up being missed out. I always find lines of symmetry to be one of the questions that nearly everyone gets correct. So if it's one thing people in Trinidad could do is line of symmetry. No way line of symmetry don't cook. Abiola's facing the sunset. She made a half turn in an anti-clockwise direction and then 6/4 turn in a clockwise direction. What direction is she facing now? I still. Oh, I now understand. The sun is setting in the west, and Abrielle is like facing the west, and she made a half turn in an anti-clockwise direction. Anti-clockwise is this way. A half turn is like two right angles, 1, 2, half of a circle. Good. So Abrielle is doing some spinny spins right now. So Abrielle was facing the sunset. Then she made a half turn, and then she made 6/4 turns in a clockwise direction. But pay attention to this because I think real people getting this one wrong enough. Try it again, everybody, and see once the different answers. So let me try. Abrielle was facing the sunset. She turned anti-clockwise. A whole half turn anti-clockwise. I did that, right? You all seen that? So now she's facing where? She's facing east. Now I just need to do 6/4 turns in a clockwise direction. So watch me. 1, 2, that's quarter turns, right? 3, 4, 5, 6. You know, Abrielle going to end up facing west back again at west. All that spinning just to end up back at west. So those of you who said west, congratulations, you are master of spinning around the cardinal points. Number 19 is over here, and then we'll have number 20 and we'll finish section 1. So this was a particularly tough section 1. They normally be a little easier than this. The table shows the number of hours of sleep that standard 5 students of Quality Primary School receive. Quality Primary School, boy. Anybody from Quality Primary School? So what we need to do for quality, complete the blank spaces. 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, of course not. Of course not. This is tally. We need to go groups of 5s, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is formed by crossing it out like this. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4 cross out. 1, 2, 3, 4 cross out is 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 4 is over there, and we're looking real good. Find the mean of the numbers below. So just a nice little mean question here, just to add up 28, 44, 15, 6, 22, coming to an end of section 1. 6 and 2 is 8. Wait. Let me see if I can add this a little better. 2 and 8 is 10, and 6 and 4 is 10. So that's 20 plus 5. So I'm getting a 5 at the ending here, 25, right? 2 goes over there. So 2 plus 2 plus 2 is 6 plus 4 is 10, and 1 is 115. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers. I have 115. To find the mean, you divide the total by the number of items. 5 can go into 11 2 times, remainder 1. 5 can go into 15 3 times. The answer is indeed 23. Big shout out to everybody who got 23. We are finished with section 1. Rate out of 20. How much of section 1 you understood? Rate out of 20. How much of section 1 you understood? Why is I just load up section 2? Out of 20, do you feel like you're a 20 out of 20 kind of person right now with section 1? Is there some missing? So take a deep breath. Deep breath. Ready or not? Here we come with section 2. All right. I think we need to ban someone. There we go. You're about to do section 2. You could start up the first one. I was just checking through the chat to make sure people were acting. You know, there's 734 people on this stream. Out of these 734 persons, there seem to be like 1 or 2 who forgot where they are. We are in a class. It's an online class, but we're still in a class, right? So I think one of the things that makes you a good person and would kind of lead towards success in your life is how well you can behave even when people don't know who you are. So sometimes you have your brother YouTube account, or you have some fake YouTube account with some fake name, and then you think, okay, I am going to type ridiculousness in the chat. Let's just do that because you are young and you may not. Well, not you all, not the 700 and how much of you all, just the 1 or 2 people who I just had to ban. So maybe they're still able to see the stream, but they banned from commenting. So I want to, maybe I'll unban you all next class, and I want to encourage you to look around the room that you are in and see if you can find your best self. Or last year, I think the problem that we had was that there was 1 or 2 persons who did that last year too. And the issue was they didn't touch grass in a long time. That was the issue. So when they went outside after class and they run their fingers through the grass and they touched the grass, they came back and they were behaving really good. They were behaving really good when we were doing the next live stream. So those of you all who you realize you're banned right now, my advice to you is to go outside and take some sun. Let the grass go between your toes. Look up, talk to God and thing. And when you come back, you can realize all of a sudden you don't want to type no set of silliness in the chat. All right, let me jump and do number 21. So calculate 11 out of 14 as 11 14ths minus 3/4. 11 14ths minus 3/4. Express your answer as a decimal fraction. All right, section 2, boy. Section 2 doing section 2 things. what we could do about this, boy? Well, 14 times 2 is 28, and I know 4 could go into 28. So that's a nice little LCM. By the way, you all notice sometimes I like to, when I do the LCM of these fractions, I like to put the denominator as just one number. It makes it easier, and that's something that we do in secondary school as well. Some of you all still do it like this, where you put the 28 here and the 28 there. That's okay. If you are accustomed to this, you can do that, but pretty soon you'll begin to use what I'm doing and you'll just use one number like this. So 14 can go into 28 2 times. Watch how we do this swing down, swing up. Yes, now you all don't distract me. I had to go to the beach after today class and they're making me pause and thing and they're holding up my beach time. I can't say which beach I'm going. I don't want nobody to come and find me on the beach. Oh God, somebody else get banned again. Oh gosh, man. Yeah, so 14 into 28 is 2. 2 by 11 is 22. 2 by 11 is 22. 4 into 28 is 7. 7 by 3 is, that's not, my table's a little slow. I drink, I don't like my wife on the stream, boy. I drink some Starbucks there and it kind of have me a little thing. 4 into 28 is 7. 7 by 3 is 21. Yeah, my table is coming back in nearly, don't worry. So the answer is indeed 1 over 28. You all were correct. Sorry for taking so long on that question. Let's keep going. Here we have Asha. Would like her mother to buy a remote control car. Asha, remote control car for Christmas. The owner said they'll take 25% of the price for them. How much will they pay for the car? This is the price here. Maybe it's too small to see. It's 2,580. And Asha getting a special deal. Asha, did they say as a decimal? Let's go back and finish this question earlier. 1 over 20 is a decimal fraction. 28 is a has 7 in it, so this decimal fraction might be no vibes. For 2 marks? Yeah. So a question with this would be a really painful question if it comes in the exam. Technically, it could come in the exam, but the decimal fraction going to take some time to work out, boy. Hey, sir. 1 point. Well, you need to divide 20 into 1. We could use long division, but I'm really not in the mood right now, boy. So 28 into 1 can't happen. 28 into 10 can't happen. 28 into 100 could happen. So now the job is to figure out how much time 28 could go into 10. 3 times, because 25 could go into 100, not 10, 100. 28 could go into 100 3 times, because 25 could go into 100 4 times. And that's the last, so a bigger number will have to go 3 times, but it didn't pass 33. 3 times. I just know it's 3 times earlier. 28 times 3. 28 times 3. I end up doing a kind of long division, boy. 28 times 3. All right, let me do the long division. 28 times 3 is how much? 3 8s, 4, 2, 3 2s, 6, 84. So we need to subtract 84 because remember, long division is divide, multiply, add. Divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. DMSB, yeah. So I have a video on long division and you can check it out. When we subtract here, what are we going to get? We're going to get 16. 28 can't go into 16. We need to find the next 0, bring it down again. 28 could go into 165 times. Let's double check. 28 times 5 is 50. Wow, what a crazy question. 140. So when we subtract that 140 from this, we get 20. 20, it could go into 20. No, bring down the 0. 20. 20. What is this question? 28 could go into 207 times. So 28 times 7, 8 is 56, 5, 7 2s. Anybody do this question? 7 2s are 14 plus 196. 196 minus this. We're going to get 4 here. By the way, I wasn't keeping track of all the numbers. Let me just go and put it in. The numbers was 0.03. 0.0357. So 0.0357. I'll stop here. This is not what is going to happen in a 2 marks question in SE. So I need to double check this question, y'all. So if any of my admins are on number 21, remind me to swing back for number 21, right? So we have one more 400. I think 28 may be able to 40. Anytime you have a decimal and there's 7 in it, the prime number 7, it becomes a long, it will rationalize eventually, but it becomes a long thing to work out. Anyhow, so let's go back to Asher and let's find 25% of this car. 25%, this is rounded off to 1, 2, 3 significant figures. 25% of 2580. 25% of 2580 cross, wait, 25 into this one, 25 into this 4. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Cross out this 0 with this 0. That sounds like the better move. Then, what else I could do, boy? 5 could go into this 2 times, 5 could go into this 5 times. Yeah, and then 2 can go into this 1, 2, 9. So 5. That's 7 question. Am I confused? Am I doing this properly? Cross out that 0. Y'all are doing correct so far. 0, 5 into this 2, 5 into this 25, 2. Maybe. You know, said they'll take. I didn't see this of. Already begin this. So this is the discount I'm actually working out. I thought I was working out the price of the card. If I was working out the price of the card, I'd work out 75. All right, so continue working this out. I'm going to just scroll up the chat and see who it is you all want me to ban here. Okay. I'll have to bring on my admins to monitor the chat. Okay, let's go. So we have 5 times this. I'm going a long way. So 129 times 5 is 5 9s, 45, 5, 4, 5 2s, 10, plus 4, 14. So the 4 went there and the 1 goes there. 5 by, this is 5, 6, 4, 5. So this is the discount. So the final price. So the discount is 645, ladies and gents, boys and girls. This discount will be the 2580, and they are taking off this 645 and 5 from the 10 is 5, 4 from the 7 is 3, 6 can go from 5. So let's just do the whole 6 from the 25. We'll get 1935. 1935 is our final answer. All right, so I think I was able to get. So if you see anything in the chat, feel free to ignore. What spammers feed on is attention. So if you keep calling their name, remember these people didn't touch the grass, so that's like you help. You just, every time they see their name called, they just smiling in their seat. Like, that's my name. So you can just ignore them for now, right? Don't say their names. Adam and his family are traveling with 2 suitcases with 25600 grams and 31800 grams. The maximum luggage allowed was 50 kilograms. So this is one of those grams, kilograms question. How many kilograms with the combined weight of the suitcases over the allowed limit? How many kilograms with the combined weight of the suitcases over the allowed limit? This sentence feels like a mouthful, boy. Anyhow, so we need to add up 25600 and 31800. 0, 8, and 6 is 14. Put the 4 there, bring the 1 there. And so that's 75740. So this is actually a conversion question. This is a conversion question. Oh, my photo is blocking the question. It's blocking one of the things. Let's see if I can find my mouse. There we go. You can see it now. There we go. This is a conversion question. We have 57,400 grams. And to convert that to kilograms, it's pretty easy. What are we going to do? If we need to convert 57400 grams to kilograms, our job is to bring this decimal point across 3 times because we are dividing by 1,000. So the answer in kilograms, how many kilograms, will be 57.4. Is that correct? We got that? Hold on. I'm distracted, so I'm going to number 31. This is not the correct question I should be doing. This is 57.4. I want to put a pause on this because I mixed up my numbers. This is number 22. I should be doing number 23. What was the last number I did? Number 20. Me pausing to ban chats and thing have me losing track of my questions. I should be looking for number 23. There it is. Sorry for mixing up the numbers. Number 23, 3 friends, Leah, Bianca, and Maya, earned 120 in total. If Leah receives twice the amount Bianca received and Maya got 25 more than Leah, how much money did each friend receive? All right, so we have 3 friends, Leah, Bianca, and Maya, earning 100. And so I'll be excited to come back to that question he was doing because I think I wasn't finished with the question, but let's wait a little while. I want to go in order. 3 friends, Leah, Bianca, and Maya, earning 120 in total. If Leah received twice the amount and Maya got 25 more than Leah, how much? So this is an unequal sharing question, kind of one of those easier unequal sharing questions. We have Leah. Can I use a block diagram method? Bianca. And we have Maya. Leah received twice the amount Bianca has. So Leah is like 2 times Bianca. And Maya got 25 more than Leah. That's Maya. 25 more than Leah. Y'all understand my block diagram? Does it make sense? And how much is the total? The total is 120. How much money did each friend receive? Well, let's remove excess. Yeah, we are number 23. So we want to remove the excess. The excess in this case is the 120 minus the 25, which is 95. So far, so good. And now with the block diagram method, we have 1, 2, 3. Let's try this again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 blocks. So I can say 5 parts, so 5 blocks represent, well, this 195 after I've removed the excess. So let's not need to time out somebody. So one part would be 95 divided by 5. So 5 can go into 95 how many times? No, 95 is a really rare number when it comes to factors. 5 can go into 95 because 10 is in 5. 1, 4, 9, 19 times, right? So each part is 19, is it dollars? And I'm ready to finish up this question right now because yeah. Because I am tired of this question. One part is 19. Bianca would receive the one part. So I can just put 19 for Bianca. No working required there. Leah will receive 2 times 19. Anybody know the 19 times tables? 2 times 19 is actually 38. Y'all can work that out separately. And Maya is the tricky one because Maya gets 2 times 19, the 38. But Maya also has the extra that we removed initially. So 38 plus 25. Adding that quickly, what will we get? 38 and 25. 5 and 8 is 13. So you put the 3 here, put the 1, and we see 63 appearing. And these are the values that you should have. Rate out of 10, how much you understand this question? Rate out of 10. Yes, people are being banned if they say if they say naughty things. So you could just ignore them. Someone will ban them in the background. So that's our unequal sharing question, one of the easier ones. What is the product of the 3 smallest prime numbers? The first prime number is not 1. It's actually 2. 1 doesn't get to be a prime number. 1 is not a member of the prime number party. Prime numbers 2, 3, 5, 7, and so on. Not 9. 11, boy. 11. So 2 and 3 and 5 would be the first prime numbers. What is a prime number? A prime number is a number that's divisible by only 1 and itself. A prime number is a number with only 2 factors. 1 actually has 1 factor. So 1 is not a prime number. A prime number must have 2 factors. So 2, 3, 5 prime numbers. Product. What does product mean? Product is a type of operation. The result of a type of operation, and the operation is multiplication. So we want to, essentially, we want to multiply 2 by 3 by 5. 2 by 3 is 6. 6 by 5 is 30. 30. And we can go on to number 25. I'm excited to get back to you, number 31. Sorry for doing you out of order. I'll come back to you just now. But in the meanwhile, let's do number 25. A single pencil costs $0.75 individually. A pack of 10 pencils costs $6. The pack can also be split in a half at the cost of $3.25. Where is this question going? Where is this question going? Sarah would like to buy 25 pencils. Find the difference between buying 25 individual pencils and 2.5 pack of 10 pencils. So it seems like we have a couple of people here who are going to make me have to get more admins to join the chat for Sunday. This doesn't bode well on the 2024 crew. 2024 crew, are you going to make me have to get more admins to monitor the chat, boy? The YouTube chat. All right, but those of y'all who focus in the week, let's get through. So a single pen costs 0.75 individually, so 75 cents then, and 10 pencils. This is a discount because it really should be $7.50, so it's a discount. The pack can be split in half, $3.25. So Sarah would like to buy 25 pencils. Find the difference between buying 25 individual pencils and 2.5 packs of 10 pencils. What a question. So 25 individual pencils is what? 25 individual pencils will be 0.75, and you just multiply that by 25. To multiply a number by 25, you can do the simple thing of multiplying by 100 and then dividing by 4. Multiplying by 100 and dividing by 4. Do we want to do that? Or do we want to just multiply by 75? Since it's a decimal. 2 times 75 is 150. 5 by 5 is 25. Bring it 2 here. 5 by 7 is 35 plus 2 is 37. 5, 7, 8, 1. All right. I went through that and I got 18.75. How many of you all got that for the individual cost? 18.75. Now, if I have 2.5 packs, okay, this one is tricky. 1 pack costs $6.50. All right, it's not tricky. 2 packs will be $6.50 times 2, which you can double check. That's just $13. I just multiplied it 2 by 6 and I get 12, and then 2.50 cents will make $1, so 13. And then we have a half pack because it's 2.5, $6.50. So I just need to add up this, and I got, what did I get? Oh, half pack is not $6.50. Half pack is $3.25. The whole pack is $6.50. So I was wondering why when I added it turned out to be more. So right, good. We're on the right track here. $13 plus $3.25. $13 plus $3.25 is how much? It's $16.25. And that's it. That's the question. What you need to do with these exam questions for SE is always read the last part, boy. See how this is here? I would like to buy 25 pencils. Find the difference. Find the difference. Yeah. So we can't just put this or this. We need to actually find the difference. We need to do one more step. 1875 minus 1625. This is easy. This is 50 and 2. Do we get 250? 250. $2.50. And number 26. Number 26. Read number 26. Good job, guys. So those of you all who are in the chat, you all could feel free to mute the chat if you just want to focus. You could turn off the live chat because the live chat is really zipping. I think 700 was the biggest for the live in SEA. So we have the most people here. So maybe it's not just 20. Maybe it's not our SEA students. Maybe some people just stumble across the YouTube video and we have some spammers. So what I'll do, I'll get some of the admins to be with us next week Sunday so we could have a little more behavior happening in the chat. The chat is zipping. Sarah wants to distribute 60 candies equally into 4 jars, ensuring that each jar has at least 12 candies. Complete the table below to show one way she can distribute the candies among the jars. I don't understand this question. Why did they use the word equally? This word equally doesn't make sense here. So this question is another question for me to double check. You understand what I'm saying? Because if they want to distribute the candles, the candies, I say in candles, candies equally, then you have to go 15, 15, 15. So we can't use the word distribute equally. So each jar must have at least 12. I think the word there they're looking for is that we don't want to split the candies. So we can say, all right, if each jar has at least 12, how much more do we have? We just need to get a remainder. 16 minus 14 is 46. 46 remaining candies. And 40, because 14 already gone. Let's just start off with 12, because 12 is the minimum that we can go. Let's try 12. So I'm going to subtract 12 from 46. 2 from 6 is 4. 1 from 4 is 3. So 34 into these two. 34 divided by 2 is 17, 17, 17. This is a possible answer. There are lots of possible answers. What answers you all got? 16, 15, 15 works as well. 16, 15, 15 totally works. Yes, 16, 15, 15. There are lots of answers we can get because this is not equally. Number 27. Genesis collects shells on the beach from her entire collection. 920 starfish shell, a quarter conch. How do you pronounce this word where you're from? Shells, and the rest are scallop shells. She gives away the other shells and only keeps the scallop shells. If she has 60 scallop shells remaining, how many conch or conch? How do you pronounce this word? Shells did she collect? This type of shells. the C word type of shells. So, all right. Did she collect? How many of those did she collect? Well, 920 as a starfish, a quarter, and the rest are scallop. So, remainder fraction. Let's get the remainder fraction. Okay, let's get how much we have first. So, we have 9/20 plus a quarter. This is equal to 9/20 plus, let's make the LCM 24 can go into 20. 5 times 5 by, this is 1. So what do we have? We have 14 out of 20 so far. So far, so good. That's the fraction that we have so far. Okay. And the remainder, this is a remainder fraction question. The remainder is 6 out of 20. So the remainder is 6 out of 20, and this has to be the scallop. Pay attention, everybody. The scallop. Focus, focus. So this represents 60. This could simplify though. This is actually 3 out of 10. So 3 out of 10 represents 60 shells. So if 3 out of 10 represents 60, the whole, let's just go ahead and find the whole, would be 60 multiplied by 10 over 3. 3 can go into this. 20 times 10 is 200. 200 shells. That's a lot of shells. Is that how much we're getting? 200 shells. That's the whole. Now, I can't go any slower, guys. I have to keep this pace because, you know, we have to finish on time. And so I have to keep like a sweet spot. I can't go too slow. I can't go too fast. So you have 200 shells. And what's the last part of the question? I'm missing something. How many conch shells did she collect? Okay. And that's a quarter. So we want a quarter of this. I can do that in my mind. That's just 50. So a quarter of is multiply 200. And that represents the conch shells. 4 can go into this 5 times at least 0.50. Woo! All right. So again, we go in good. Number 28. Alexander wants to buy a video game for $48. Read number 28, guys. All right, I skipped out. I'm back. So Alexander wants to buy a video game for $48 and a toy for $30. He can use any combination of the following bills to pay the exact amount. So he wants to buy both. Which item can be purchased using a fewer number of bills? Okay, so we want to see which one we could buy using the least number of bills. Well, okay, the $50 bill is out of the question. I guess we want to get we want a combination so we could produce the exact amount. So okay, it's not the $50 bill. We can probably do, what's the least number? We have to always go with the biggest bill first. So 20 and 20 and then 5 and then 1, 2, 3. That's a lot of bills. Is this easier? Yes. With the toy, you can just, this is the toy. The toy we can purchase is 120 and 1. I'll have to use the word 1, O-N-E. 120 and 1 $10. The reason why I'm writing out all of this is because they said to explain your answer. So I just want to make sure that I have it. And I should also say that for the video game, we will have to use video game is worse. We'll have to use 2 times the $20. I'll put it in brackets, plus 1 times the $5, plus 3 times the $1 bill. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bills. This is the least, 6 bills. So therefore the answer is the toy, because this is 6 bills and this is only 2 bills to be used. Let's keep on going. I am so excited to try and reach back to the question that I was doing before. Y'all remember the question I skipped out? I left out a question. I was the chat had me really busy today. The chat had me on my toes today, so I was dealing with the chat and I jumped a question later on. This grid is made up of squares with sides 2 centimeters. What's the area of the shape? All right, this is one of those questions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. You all get 19 whole squares? 19 whole squares? I got 19 whole squares. Hold up, this is 2 centimeters. They're giving us extra work here, boy. What is this question? So the area is 2 times 2 is a square. It's 4 cm squared. So you need to multiply the 19 by 4. But there's some squares left out here. Well, half of a square anyway. So that's 1. This is the next one. 2 halves make a whole. So there are 4 half squares. So the total, well, the whole squares will have an area of 19 times 4. I hope you all see what I'm doing. We have 19 times 4. How much is 19 times 4? You can multiply 20 by 4 and then minus 4. Or we can just get all these squares all together. You know, the whole squares is 19 plus 1, 2, 3. Plus 3 from the half squares. We have 22 squares. So instead of doing it part by part, I'll just say all these squares all together as 22. If you understand type, I understand, or something like that. I see what you mean, sir. Because I counted up all the whole squares and then I use the half squares, like 1 half and another half to be 20. So that's 20. Then this half and that half would be 21. This half and that half would be 22. And then the area of 1 square is 4. So is finding the total area is the simple matter of multiplying the area of 1 square times all the squares, which is 88 cm squared. 88 centimeters squared. Number 30, we finally reach number 30 earlier. We're coming down to the end. We're coming down. Lakiva needs to catch the PTSD bus at 9 a.m. She takes 20 minutes to get ready, 25 minutes to get breakfast, 40 minutes to reach the station. What's the latest possible time Lakiva can wake up? We need to add up all the time that it takes her to do her day-to-day activities. That's 9, 20, and 25. 54 minutes. It's not 9, it's 40. 20, 25, and 40. Well, I'm trying to add up the time it takes for her to do activities before she reaches to the bus. 40 minutes to reach the station. 25 minutes to make breakfast and 20 minutes to get ready. Okay, fine. 20 minutes to get ready, 25 minutes to make breakfast, and she had to walk to the station for 40 minutes. What is going on with Lakiva? 85 minutes. Then what's the next step? I could convert this to minutes and hours and minutes. This is 1 hour. How do we convert minutes to hours and minutes? You divide by 60 and you use the remainder, right? 60 can go into 85 one time. And what's the remainder to get us up to 85? Can we see that this is really 1 hour and 25 minutes? That makes sense? Total. Double check that for me. So then, what is the earliest time she has to go? She has to reach for 9 a.m. It's going to take an hour and 25 minutes to do everything. So I need to subtract this to go backwards in time to see when she needs to leave. 25 can't subtract from the 0, 0. So what do we do? What's the method for this? What's the key to unlock this door? We need to cross this 9, put an 8. We take an hour from the hours section, bring the hours section into the minute section. So that's 60 minutes. And we need to convert it to minutes. So this is 60 minutes. 25 from 60 is now 45. 35. I did it in my mind and I really made a mistake. 35 and 25 make 60, right? So 25 from 60 is 35 and 1 from 8 is 7. Now, 1 or 2 of these subtractions and addition I'm skipping out because I'm a little behind on time. So some of these subtractions and addition you'll need to double check, but the idea behind the question I'm doing. So this is 735 is 100% correct. So this question is testing how well we can convert between minutes and hours, how well we can subtract in the land of hours and minutes. This is a big skill in SE. You must be able to do this one. Okay, we reach number 31. We reach number 31. This is the question I was doing with Adam and his family. And we have the 2 suitcases. And maximum allowed is 50. And they are over. This is how much their total weight is. So I just need to check how much they're over by. And I think I'll be finished with this question. 7.4. That's easy because I'm minusing like a multiple of 10. So yes, 0 from 4, 0 from 7, and 5 from 5 is 0. So 7.5. Is it 7.5? That was all I needed to do for this question. Ah, boy, it feels good to reach number 31. I want to go on to number 32 now. I'll take a deep breath. We are having a very eventful second session. A bottle is 3/5 full. So let's say this is 3/5 full. And it will take an additional, to fill the bottle all the way to the top, it's going to take an additional 150 mLs. You all think you need a 5-minute break or just keep it pumping? Just keep it pumping or you need a 5 minutes break? How many full bottles of that size would it take to completely fill a container with 5 liters? Okay. So if it's 3/5 full, this question is very interesting, boy. 3/5 full, the remainder fraction is 2/5. And 2/5 represents 150 mLs. So take however long you need, but just make sure it's finished in 5 seconds. Take 10 seconds to just double check this. 150 milliliters to fill the bottle up to the top. That's 2/5 of the bottle to go. So that's why I'm saying 2/5 represent 150. So the whole bottle will be 150 multiplied by the reciprocal. We did one like this already. 2 into this is 75. Anybody knows what 75 times 5 offhand is? What is 75 times 5? What is 75 times 5? 5 5s are 25. 42 there, 2 there, 5 7s are 35 plus 2, 375. 375 milliliters. This bottle is 375 milliliters. And how much times can I go into 5 liters is the question. So we had some things to kind of, some boulders and some hurdles to jump through, duck, and make sure we don't get hit. Did I make a mistake in 31? 7.4. Why did I write 5? I'm distracted. So that type of error is called a transcription error. And that is an error that I see students do who know how to do the question. So I'm not glad that I made the error, but I'm glad that I can tell you about this type of error. So you did all the work incorrect, and for some reason, unbeknownst to man, you don't even know why. I don't even know how that 5 ended up there. How did that 5 end up there? Because at 7.4, and I don't know. I just was feeling in a 5-ish mood. So that's an error that you can fix if you check over your work. And I have students making those errors right through now. We have some students who, they're in the 90%, in the 80%, 90% in the maths, and their parents are frustrated because they're making these types of errors. And they can happen. As you see, I make the error there, and you can see like maybe being occupied with all the different things on my screen and keeping track of who is saying what, and you can be distracted. So when you're doing your maths paper, try to be really locked in and really focused so that you don't make errors like that 7.5 error. So make this a learning moment. Don't get something wrong that you like. This. Do you know how I feel that I put 7.5 there? Terrible. Terrible. It doesn't feel good to make an error where you know that, all right, I knew the answer, but for some reason I just wrote the wrong thing. I think I might need that break, but I need to go and drink some water. Or let's see how well I'm performing in the next question. All right, so 375 needs to go into 5 liters. This question is really testing how good we are at converting liters to milliliters and then operating in them. Well, it also give us a little test with the fractions and thing here, but we as bosses, we figure that out. So how many 375 milliliter bottles will it take to go into this 5 liters? The number of bottles is going to be 5 liters, but let's change it to milliliters one time. How do we change liters to milliliters? You know the drill. We multiply by 1,000, and then we divide by 375. So now we could break this down. I think we could break this down and end up with a nice little answer here now. What number could go into this boy? All right, let's try 5. 5 goes into this 75 times. We already know that. 5 can go into this 1,000 times. 5 goes into 75. 15 times. 5 goes into this 200 times. How many times does 15 go into 200? Does 15 go into 200 exact? I don't think it can. 15 could go into 300 exact. 15 can go into 200 exact. So we have a little problem here. Let's keep going. I have a little problem. There's a way that you will have to do this. 5 can go into this 3 times. 5 can go into this 240 times. So when we say 3 into 40, let's just work it out. 3 into 40 is 1. Remainder 1. 3 could go into 10. 3 times, so remainder 1. So it's 13 and 1/3. 13 and 1/3. So what do we do here? What do we do? Let's go and read the question. The bottle is 3/5 full. We did that. We take an additional 150. We use that information to find out that the bottle was 375 ml. So we're good so far. That's us right there. That's happiness. I feel a nice, warm, fuzzy feeling about that. I feel very happy about that. How many full bottles of that size would it take to completely fill the container? Well, it takes us 13 and 1/3 bottles. And I'm seeing a lot of you all in the chat saying 13. Mustafa says 13. Janae says 13. Jamie says 13. Most people saying 13, but there are a few people saying 14, like Chris and Sky. Satisha on Facebook is saying 13. Damani is saying 13. Miss. So there are a few people saying 14. Which crew are you from? You're from the 13 crew or the 14 crew? About to say which crew is the correct crew. This is a very popular style of question for SE and for CX even. This type of question where we have a hole to try and fill something. Well, you see, if we use 13 bottles, we will not completely fill the container. There will just be a little bit missing because remember, it really takes 13 and 1/3 of a bottle. So we have no choice but to use 14 bottles. We can't put 13. So even though 2/3 of the last bottle will be wasted, that is the least number of bottles. And probably that should have been in here as well to make the question a little sweeter. But even if SEA brings it with this wording, which they can, this is what they mean. This is what they mean. This is the maths they want you to use here. They want you to use 14 because you need to actually fill this container all the way up till the top. All right, I can't take too long explaining this. I have to keep going. Let's not mix up my question order again. I did that once for today already. Draw the next two polygons to complete the pattern. So there's some vagueness in this question. This should have been a square. Next one, I presume they want us to go. Yeah, I think they're increasing these sides. You need 3. This is something that I argue for. We need 3 shapes to establish a pattern here. So anyhow, if we increase this side, what next? We want a pentagon. That's the 5-sided figure. And then we want a hexagon. Do you all think you could draw these things if SE have asked you to draw them? Practice drawing your pentagon and your hexagon, eh? And your trapeziums and your rhombus. Go on your book and give it a little practice just in case. Obviously, use a ruler. I just speeding and using it freehand. But make sure you could draw your things. Make sure you could draw your things. Complete the table below based on the different type of triangles. All 3 sides are equal. All 3 angles are equal. What could that be? I think last week somebody said an equivalent triangle, or somebody in class or something said that. It's not equivalent. It's equilateral triangle. Equilateral. So we have the equilateral triangle. And then we have the isosceles triangle. What can we see? 2 sides equal. 2 angles equal. The angles that are equal on the equilateral triangle are usually called the base angles. The 2 base angles equal, but it's not a super correct statement, but we normally use that in secondary school maths. The 2 base angles are equal. No equal sides or angles. Well, everybody know that the scaling triangle has no equal sides. And then if it's a right angle triangle, we must have one angle that is 90 degrees. That's the only thing for the right angle. You must have that right angle involved, that 90 degrees angle. I don't want to say one right angle in each angle since they already use the word right angle here. So I'll use the word 90 degrees. 34. Woo! We coming down to the end now. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, we coming down to the end. The table below shows the number of games won in a competition by students in a standard 5 class. What percentage of students won at least 2 games? Bro, you didn't win 2 games. You didn't win 2 games. At least 2 games mean you win 2 or more games, right? So y'all, I think y'all need a little stretch, but I'm giving y'all just 2 minutes. In that 2 minutes, just run around the house and tell everybody we are number 35. Just run around the house quickly and tell everybody we are on number 35. Go fast. 2 minutes. So we're coming back at 2:31. You shouldn't be here right now. You should be running around the house and telling everybody we are on number 35. Five more questions to go. 6 more. Where are we? One more minute of break. You finish? You're around the house and tell everybody on number 35. All right, so I double checked some questions then. Meanwhile, the question that we're doing for 35, somebody is shouting the answer in the chat there. Are you supposed to be on your break and you working out answers? You're supposed to be running around. All right, so we're back from the break. Let me not forget to present my screen. A little bigger. There we go. So this doesn't work. This doesn't work. At least 2 games mean you win 2 or more, right? So 10, 9, 6. How many students in the whole class? So how many win at least 2 games? At least 2 games, we have 10, 9, and 6. 10, 9, and 6 is 25. You can add it up. 10, 9, and 6 is 25. And in total, we have the 25 plus another 15. So how many students in this class? Is it that we have 40 students in the class? So I want you all to do the additions for yourself right now. You can do the addition. So the total I got was 40, and at least 2 games is 25. So the percentage would be, or percentage who do at least 2 games will be the 25 out of 40, and then I want to multiply by 100 over 1. So let's try 5 into this. We're going to end up with a decimal whether I like it or not. So let's see if I can get it to the 8th family then. 5 into this, 8. All right. There's no happy way of doing this. Cross, cross. Yeah, this is probably the best way. 2, 5. So I have 125 over 2. 125 divided by 2. 2 can go into 6. 2 going to that. 2.5, 62.5% is the way. 62.5. All right, maybe I should show this. Kind of shortcutting things in my mind here, but 2 into 12 is 6. 2 into 5 is 2. Remainder 1. 2 can go into 10. 5, 62.5 is good. Or if you have 62.5%, I'm okay with that as well. Some of you all will have 62.5%. That's fine. Fill in the table below with the name of the appropriate polygon. Back to polygons. Yes, praise the Lord. Only 1 pair of parallel sides. Which polygon has only 1 pair of parallel sides? Now, there's a polygon with 2 pairs of parallel sides, a quadrilateral. And then there's one that will always have just 1 pair of parallel sides. And maybe we should use the word quadrilaterals here because we're dealing with quadrilaterals, it look like. So only 1 pair of parallel sides, that has to be not the rhombus, the trapezium, This is a shape loved by CXC. And did you know CXC, SEA, same group of people creating responsible for the correction of the exams. Two pairs of adjacent sides are equal. Oh, two pairs of adjacent sides are equal. So something like this. Adjacent means right next to each other, right? Who do you sit? What's the name of the person you sit adjacent to in class? Adjacent means right next to you, right next to you. So this side is adjacent to this side and it's equal. This side is adjacent to this side and it's equal. So, I mean, a rhombus could work with this too, but not to be allow any shape could work. I think the most appropriate. So the best one to put here is actually kite. Those of you all who said kite, that's the best one. This is one of the defining characteristics of a kite. So two pair of opposite sides are equal. That could be anything. Now, if you put a rhombus here, you're not wrong. And if you put a rhombus here, you're not wrong either. In fact, any quadrilateral you could put there, boy. You could put a square, you could put a rectangle, you could put a rhombus. Square, rectangle. The best one is rectangle. Actually, the best one is rectangle. Most comprehensive. Then you put square or rhombus, you'll still get it correct. Best one is a rectangle. A rectangle allows for the opposite sides to be different than the next opposite side. So the best one is rectangle. Those of you all who said rectangle, well, you can watch the other people like, we have the best answer. Rectangle is the best answer. It's the best answer. All right, let's go forward. Number 37, the average age of 5 people was 26 years. If another person whose age is 44 years join them, what is the new average age? So we have 5 people with the average age of 26 and a new 44-year-old jump into the mix and you have to find the average. So let's get the total first one time. You all know this question. We do this question already. We do this question 400 million times. 5 by 6 is 30. Now we're going to do it 400 million and 1 times. You know this, when you have the average and you have the number of people, you find the total. All you realize that I forget something. I didn't realize I forget something. Just now, I forgot something. Ashley, thanks for reminding me. I forgot to say that we're in section 3 now. Section 3. This was one of the toughest streams so far because, woo, boy, the things that I'm doing in the background in this stream, you all wouldn't believe. But we still make it. We still make it. So total is 26 times 5. Yes, so this is the popular mean question where you need to find the total. So you multiply the 26 by 5. 5, 6 is 30. 3, 5, 2 is 10. 1, 2. 26 times 5 is 130. That feels right? Yeah, that feels right. 26 times 5 is 130. And all of a sudden we have the total is 130. The new total. Now, in CXC, you'll need to have a really solid way of how to express your statement. For this, your method just needs to show you where you are going. 174 is the new total for SEA. So you have a nice looking statement like this where you can double check your work sufficiently and the examiner can follow. So 130 plus 44 is 174. What next? New average. So the new average, how many people? 5. 5 people to divide by 5 people? No, we added a new person. You forget we add a new person. So the new average is the new total divided by the new number of people, which is 6. Let's just see how many times 6 can go into 174. And knew from the time I had to divide that 1 over 28 and get the decimal that something was wrong with this live stream. 6 into 17 is 2 remainder. 5, 6 into 54 is 9. 29 is the new average. Thank you, question. You are beautiful. Oi, this is my favorite question. I'm going to do this question. This, the point. Ting, ting, ting. Hey, it's a real thing to count here, boy. So let me just count like this. 1, 2, 3, 4 and a half. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is this it? Feeling frightened. I feel concerned. All right, yeah, I think that's it. So you join this like this, and you join this like this, and you join this one like this, and you join this one like this. No, I just jump into the question one time. I didn't even read what it said. So let me just make sure you all remember to read your questions, even if you feel like you know what the answer once one time. Completely shape below using A, B as the line of symmetry. Great, great, great. I think I did that. I didn't use a ruler. You all have to use a ruler. How many lines of symmetry are there in this shape? There are lots of lines of symmetry in this shape, my friend. How many lines of symmetry you all get, class? This is a whole Roblox here. And this is our Roblox. 1, 2. There's also this one. 3. How many lines of symmetry in this Roblox shape here? 4. 4 lines of symmetry. Some people saying 8. I don't see it. Where did you get your next 4 lines of symmetry from? I am just getting 4 lines of symmetry. I'm just getting 4 lines of symmetry. Now, there's a little conflict in this question. Parents, watch this. Students, watch this too. There's a little conflict in this question. I don't like this paper. This is my least liked paper. Actually, let's not talk about that conflict. It's 4 lines of symmetry. It's 4 lines of symmetry. We had a little issue here, but that's 4 lines of symmetry. I want to go on to the next question because it's next question time. Let's just do the last 2 questions. 2 more questions to go here. 56 buttons were bought for a standard 5 class. Complete the pictograph below. 56. Where's my key? Where's my key? Do you know what's the key in a pictograph? What is the key in a pictograph? That's the little thing at the bottom that tells you what the picture represents. 4 buttons. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 of the circles that represent 4 buttons, and there are 56 in all. 56 is the total. So far, we have 11 times 4, which is 11 times table 44. Remaining, we have 56 minus 44. Who's finished? So we have 12. 56 minus 44 is 12, right? So we have 12. And we need to see how much buttons we need to show this 12. So this is 12. You all understand what I did? I got up how much in all, add up how much we have so far, subtract it. So I know what you mean. That must be 12. So do I put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? No. One circle represents 4, 8, 12. I just need 12 divided by 4, which is 3. What is the mode number of buttons? This is a very tricky question. Very tricky question. So normally, fortunately, when SCA asks this question, they will ask you pertaining 95% of the time. I've seen that they ask something like this already. So that's why it's useful to know this. But they will ask you, what is the modal color? What's the mode color of buttons? And in this case, if this happens, and this has happened in SCA before, you would write, there are 2 modes, purple and yellow. That happened. Either SCA or CXC, but I know it happened before. So that is if they ask the mode color. Notice the mode, the word after mode here is number. So the mode number is the number that shows up the most. And the number that shows up the most is actually this one and this one. It's happening. Is that 4? 16. This was probably the most weird question in the paper. Probably most students would have gotten this single question here wrong. The answer for this one is 16. Very contentious though. Even 1 or 2 teachers would disagree with this. I get this question from teachers a lot about this. And this is the answer, as this is the strongest mathematical claim and mathematical answer to this. And most examiners will tell you this is the answer as well. 16. 16 is the mode number of buttons because this is the number that appears the most. So remember, you might be thinking, why not 4? Well, 4 is a kind of correct answer. You're thinking along the right line in that you have 4 showing up the most. But remember, it's not 4 buttons. Each circle represents 4 buttons. So it's actually 4 by 4. All right, let's keep going. And beach time coming up. Which colors have the same number of children? Oh, they're asking this purple, yellow. They give you an easy question to finish off, boy. Purple and yellow have the same number of children. And red and green too. Red and green, you have 2 answers. You could have used this. They give you a nice little easy one. They to collect a little one max. And finally, number 40. Woo! Only take a deep breath. We're going to do number 40. What a class this was. If you stayed in the class from beginning till end, big up yourself. If you're a beginning to end person, you can write that. I'm a beginning to end person. And you only write that if you was behaving yourself in the chat. If you wasn't behaving yourself in the chat, don't write that, please. Don't write that. You just stay quiet. I mean, you purchased 500 pens. 50% of them were black, 30% were blue, and the rest were damaged and had to be discarded. He bought each pen for $1.50. He sold the black pens for $2 each and the blue pens for $2.50. Calculate profit or loss. Let's see how much he paid for the pens. He paid 500 times 150, which is 500 times 1.5, which is $750. Well, I'll be getting to end business. $750. So good. We know how much he paid for the pen. Okay, he's selling the black pens for $2 and the blue pens for $2.50. So why is the blue pens more expensive than the black pens? Is this racism among the pens? So the black pens is $2 and the blue pens is $2.50. All right, so the black pens is $2. Black pens. Wait, how many black pens do we have? We have 50% were black. 50% by the by the black pen. I don't need to work out this. Why am I working out this? This is going to be what? This is just going to be 250 pens, right? 250 pens. Why am I putting dollars? So how much did he make on this? He made 250 times 2. You all staying with me? So this is $500. He made $500 on this pen. On the black pens. Hey? And now the blue pens, black and blue. Yeah, because this paper really had to be black and blue. The blue pens is $2.50. So 30%. Come on, blue pens. Don't do anything crazy. I just want to find 30% of you. 30% of the 500. Come on, blue pens. You can do it. Cross. 150 pens, right? You all got 150 blue pens? So how much does he make selling the blue pens? Well, it turns out the 150 blue pens was sold for $2.50 each. So I need to go down in the mud here and multiply this on it. Just give me a little time to just multiply this, right? I'll come in just now. 2.5. So this is 300. 5 to 750. 0753. Bring back the point one place. So I'll come out the mud there. Yeah. Out the mud. It's 375. I hope most of y'all went down in the mud there with me and I get that 375, right? So it's $375 he made on the blue pens, $500 on the black pens. He spent $750. The final part of this question is to calculate his profit and loss. Way, you still have to go and do a next percentage in the end of this, boy. Something beeping. You still have to go and do more work after this. I thought I done they really keeping me back from the beach. So the total amount of money that he made is 500 plus the 375, which is 875. So I'm happy to report to you here today that Amir made a profit. Amir made a profit of I don't want to make no mistakes at the end here. Amir made a profit of $125. That's not what they want. They want the percentage profit. The percentage profit is 125 over 750. The profit must always go over the original, the cost price. 750 is how much he paid. And we multiply this by 100 over 1. And hopefully this question don't stress me out any further. Hopefully we get a nice whole number here. Spoiler, we are not going to get a nice whole number here. 5 into this. How much is 5 into this? 15, right? 5 into this is 2. And 5 goes into this 3 times. And 5 will go into this 25 times. And let's see that wiping off the sweat. So now we have 50 divided by 3. All right, 50 divided by 3. How much times can 3 go into 50? 3 into 5, 1, remainder 2. And 3 could go into 26 times. 6 3s are 18, remainder 2. So I can put 2/3. I think that's it. 16 and 2/3%. Now, for those of y'all who are really good in arithmetic, y'all could break down by 25s and stuff. You can break down even faster than this. I kind of pick in the middle ground, not too fast, not too slow. And I don't know. Normally when I finish a paper, I feel like, ooh, I finished this paper and I'm still feeling a little paranoid. So something wasn't 200 about this paper. Whoever designed this paper designed this out to stress me out. But I think we conquered this paper. Everything correct. Next week we'll be back to the normal looking papers, people. Number 21. Let's see if we can just bring back up number 21 for the solutions and number 21. Number 21 was the crazy division. Yes. So it was 0.357 and we have to continue going down. We had 1 divided by 28 and we got a recurring decimal 3571428. Then you'll get 571428, 571428, 571428. So that length of recurring decimal will never come for SCA. No sense in making students work out. Sorry for coughing, I just kind of recovering. And no sense in making students spend 10 minutes working out a division by 7. So if you watch your past papers, you'll see very rarely, if not at all, you'll see such an insanely long decimal for you to calculate with. So that's why I stopped when I reached 357. So number 21, there's an error there, and there was another question that I had to sort out. And now we have come to that time of the afternoon where I gather myself and leave. But before I leave, I want to do some shout outs. Pidan, Stars, Jemiah, Nathan, Amelia, all the people who was here from start till finish. Already seeing people sneaking out the class or the back door of the class. Before you sneak out this class, press the like button. Makia, Saisha, Israel, Chantal, Candy, Kingman, Mary, Seema, Kerry. Oh, it's incredible to know that we have 600 plus. At one point we had 700 students here. You're not working along this paper with me. Thanks for keeping me company on a Sunday afternoon. Brandy, Naraya, type your name. Because some of you all have very interesting names here, and sometimes it's your parent's name. I shouted out your parent name. Jamari, Damani, Denzel. I don't know, you know what? Let me bring up some of you all on the screen here. Aria, what's up? Travish, what's up? Amelia, what's up? Gabriel and Maya and Mir. Who is Mir? And Dinsley All right, I'm going to pick out a couple schools. I go all here. The beach is calling. The beach is calling. Type your school or your teacher. If you want to shout out your teacher, your miss, your school, if you want to shout out your puppy, I don't know, Jalen, Ariana, Keone. So can you show us the 100K play button? They hang it up on a wall in the next part of the building. So I'll try to remember to take it down and bring it next time, right? So y'all will get to see the play button. Kun, no, Ilosha. Who else? What else? Who else? Holy Name Prep, St. Joseph Boy RC with Mr. Pear. Big up Mr. Pear, St. Hilda's, La Hoqueta, La Pastora. You're not supposed to separate that into two words there. Tuna Puna Boys, shout outs coming to end here. I seen Holy Name Prep there again. Caleb, somebody didn't shout, no school here, but it's me alone. Kaya, Nicola, Kiana. Where are we down? We down to 554 people. Y'all are officially dismissed. You can feel free to find your way out. Eden, Miss Daniel, Mr. Alan, big up all these teachers, puts it in the work. I know what it is to work with a class preparing for exam. Shout out to those teachers. Doing all the extra hours and grinding with you all as well. Not something that's a school. If you get the rest of that name, the Asia, Amaya, Jamari, Niela, Mustafa. Mustafa, yes, behaving yourself, boy. Miss Devi, Manchester Secondary. Okay, all right. Big up Miss Devi. Sharia, Mr. Ram Sumer, big up yourself. And we do need shout outs now, Kestra, Princess Town, Presbyterian, all of my shout outs, energy coming to end here. Miss Ram Narayana, my phone ringing off, is that at the beach calling me. I see the beach is calling my phone right now. He's thinking, Jamila, Holy Name Prep. All right, so we still have 489 people here. What are you all doing here? We were dismissed. Alicia, Holy Savior, Curep, Caleb, Jahim, Maloney, Government. Next week for the rest of shout outs, Diana, not the rest, but we'll spend some more time in shout outs. Mr. Philip from Mova, big up yourself, your students say to hear the shout out there. I hope this student is behaving in your class, Mr. Philip. Sharia, your boy Sean boy. And that is it. It was nice having you all. See you all next week, same time. Anything you all want to know, message, listen. You can always check the description. I think the number is in the description as well. 472-4221. WhatsApp that number and we can talk later.